Naija nerds. Naija nerds.
Hello and welcome to Naija's Geeking Out podcast. I think it's high time we hire a producer for this podcast because we've had a couple of false starts starting today's episode. But kicking things off, Red, how are you doing?
I am good. I heard some of the back talk from last week, but shaking them off. I'm good. Over
I
here.
don't know what you're
Let's
talking about, but it's
see. I didn't even call. I didn't even call your name. Look at that.
no. In general, I don't know what back talk you're talking about because I think
Okay.
the podcast has always been very respectful and saying things as it is. So
Okay.
yes.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing well.
That poor hand, do you disagree? Yeah, 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 very needed. And someone like today that has taken some time to do some soul searching kicks after a very dismal weekend. Terrible start for him, but we wish him all the best of luck and we hope he can recover.
No, what are we talking
Oh yeah,
about?
it's irrelevant. Points are irrelevant. We know that. Yeah, it's just how well you perform, how hard you strive for things. So it's good. It's good for him. Your old man used to say that.
I've heard a new one today.
Oh,
New one.
okay.
Okay.
So we have an interesting episode for you guys today. But before we jump into that, I'll just cover some news items that we noticed. Peacemaker dropped a Red Band trailer. Have you guys watched it? Yeah,
I haven't.
you haven't. Yeah, it's
Mm.
there's really nothing new in terms of plot points there, but there was just one particular scene from basically a scene from The Boys in Peacemaker that felt out of place. But it's okay. It just yeah. The OG. The OG. Yes. You know that random scene in The Boys where you just walk into a room and they are just and everybody just treats it as normal urban logic. Yes. So I'm like, okay, this is the Boys kind of joke. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're probably overthinking it. But I won't be surprised if it's one random obscure character from one page in a 1976 issue that never showed up again. Because that's James Gunn's style, apparently. But I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's Peacemaker. In other news, we have The Vote Rising, a spin-off of The Boys that is set in 1950s, I think, back when they were very racist. So we had the first what's it called? Photo shoots or images from of characters. Yeah. We see Soldier Boy. No, not from the sets. Yeah. Posters, yes. Yeah, so we see Soldier Boy in his costume. And yeah, yeah. We also know that Ayakash Stormfront will be in this particular show. We have, I think, Stormfront. Yes, yes. So we're going to see that, the exploits of Soldier Boy, and then Stormfront, and then some other characters. But yeah, are you excited for this?
Season two.
Yeah.
No, we met her in season two, then we finally got to know her in season three.
In it. Yeah. Hmm. Red, what about you?
um, I don't know. That property is tiring me. So I don't care really.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yep.
You'll take that on. Yeah. I'm also very male on this particular series. Like, unless they go the Andoras and show something new with a different hook, with a different style, I'm not going to be excited about this. Like, if it's still the same level of the boys, I really don't care what happened in the 1960s. Yeah. So that's that for me and the boys. I wish them all the best of luck. One more news is, I think this is the final time I'll talk about the box office for Superman, but it's because James Gunn has decided to pull it out early. We would no longer be seeing Superman on streaming. I mean, in theaters before Peacemaker comes out. So it's going to be going on streaming, I think this week, later this week, or it's already on streaming itself.
I thought it was later this week. I didn't know it was on yet.
Yeah. So James Gunn comes out to say that the reason for making a short theatrical run is because of Peacemaker is coming out, and he wants people to watch Superman before they watch Peacemaker season two, which strikes me as a very weird reason, and I'm not buying that at all. Any comments?
I'll call BS.
Yeah. 6 weeks thereabout. Yeah. And if it's so stickler for the, "Oh, I want people to watch it," then you can always move the streaming show. I think yeah, people will be less mad about moving the streaming show a few weeks, and you still make if the movie was making money in box office,
He
then I
wouldn't
can
pull it. No.
but I don't think it's yeah. I think for me, this goes to a bigger point of streaming basically killing the theaters. Because if I'm just waiting for 6 weeks, why am I going to the theater to see the movie?
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So fair enough. I think also just to point out that this Superman will be ending up at 594. I mean, it's 594 right now. I don't see it passing 600 million globally. Man of Steel made 670 million globally at the end of his own theatrical run. Although Superman makes more money domestically than Man of Steel, but that's who's counting. It's 330 to like 270 or so.
So you're saying 600 million? So it's
Yeah,
topping at that. Okay. Okay.
yes, it's not about that 600 million.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Go on.
yeah,
You said and.
that's like the lowest, way lower than all our predictions for
Yeah.
this movie.
And to be honest, I think we have to reset our expectations going forward. I think this is apart from the occasional exception, this 600 to 700 should be now seen as a good return, a very good return for this kind of movies. Yeah, I'm still not. There are certain properties that I think might be bulletproof in terms of being able to smash that. But generally in the superhero genre now, I think at one point 800 was anything below 800 was deemed bad
Yeah,
because we were doing billions like it was going out of fashion. 800 was just 700 was like nothing.
Saturday there was any movie could make it.
Yeah. So
Suicide Squad was making 700, 800 million. So it's like, yeah.
okay.
So
Cool.
that, but like you said, we should start discounting China because China is no longer really big on Western movies, except like a few, one or two movies. But yeah,
Okay. Okay.
okay.
Right.
So that is all I have for news today.
Right. So based on your last piece of news, I think we decided today that we will discuss characters that you think that have not had a movie, not appeared anywhere in live action, and that you would think would do well, or you want to see. Maybe you don't want it to do well. Maybe you don't think it will do well, but out of your own personal preference, you want to see a version of this character in live action. So I think we should just discuss what our picks are, why you like them, and what you think the reception would be. Not even what the reception would be. I think what story arc would you want to see those characters in that you think might do well in the box office? So does anybody care to take the first one?
I would like to hear Red speak.
Okay. So
ready on the spot.
So this is I don't know. I'm not sure. We just decided to think about this, and everything that's coming to me is tangential to what we're already seeing. So I'm trying to am I being influenced by Superman? Am I being influenced by Iron Man?
Okay.
I'm like, okay, let me dig deeper. If there's anyone I would like to see, this is purely nostalgia, purely something that's going to remove the human element where we don't necessarily have happy endings or love interests and nonsense.
Nice. I'm liking this already.
I'll pick Rom, Space Knight.
Oh, okay.
Red, splendid choice.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want anyone to come and tell me, oh, he eventually fell in love, or he had this 2 minute talk, or like a love interest made him change his heart. I don't
What's your own against love?
No. I don't have anything against love. I'm just saying
today
that trope in movies has been so done.
That question you asked Red about what does he have against love. That's a different podcast. So let's put it.
You guys are painting me in a bad light. No, but I just want something that even the Fantastic Four, Sue coming out to speak, nothing to tug at human emotions, just pure alien race.
Honestly,
him with the dire rapes, let him go at it. And
Okay.
Honestly, I'm looking at my list now. I don't think anything on my list is as good as your pick just now.
Oh wow. But
Yes,
okay, so for people that don't know who Rom the Space Knight is,
yes.
can someone give us a brief history of what
I'll
this
let that.
character
I'll let
is?
Dapo
Yeah.
do that honors.
I will. I can't believe that Red just
No,
smashed
I'll.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you do. But that was the first comic I bought with my money, with my lunch money.
Ah,
Ah.
right.
That was the
Okay.
first comic I bought with my lunch money.
Yeah. So and okay, I'll give you the background to a quick background on Rom the Space Knight and why I think this is a brilliant idea by by Red by all means. So Rom the Space Knight is basically there is this race. There's a race of aliens called the Dire Wraiths. They are shape changers, but the way the shape change it, the way they change shapes is a bit diabolical. They will to change it today for argument's sake. They literally have to suck your brains out,
Ah.
and then they can become you, and they have all your memories, and they can take your form and shape. And they are an invasive alien species, so they will go out, invest planets, and take over that planets and wreck planets. So they did this to so this right and Red help me out with this. The Space Knights are basically survivors of
Of
previous
Galador.
Valador who had the Darius infiltrate, and the only way they could fight back was to take people from their race and basically cyborgs. They merged them with technology they had, and they formed these Space Knights, and their job was to go out and fight these Darius. Their main weapon of choice was something called the nullifier. I think they called it nullifiers. So this could banish. They would banish the Darius to almost like it's not the negative zone exactly, but like a limbo type
No.
era. So they went out, and so they were not just fighting them on their planet. They literally would go out to different planets.
They became hunters. Yeah.
The hunters of the Darius, and one of them, like one we know and loved, is who came to Earth to help fight against Darius on Earth was the one called Rom, the Space Knight. And the reason why I say this is a brilliant choice. One, you have space action, and to be honest, this space action does not have to be your beautiful looking MCU space. This to me should be more like the Fantastic Four kind of space. When they also come to Earth, a lot of the stories play like horror stories. So you can imagine
okay.
these things were landing
Yeah,
in
it's not. It's
swampland.
not. It's not.
I have this image of the ones that landed in some marshland, and some people live in marsh, and they came up, and it's really got heavy roots in horror as well. And then you got this space like coming down, and people not believe in him, and all they see is this guy zapping your neighbor, but your neighbor's not your neighbor. It's a Dirive. It's a great story. And it has no need to cross over with anything else in the MCU unless you want it to.
Oh wow.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful. To be honest, Red. This is a top pick. I can't believe it's not even
Yeah.
any of my list, and this blows all my list out of the water. Yes, Rob Space Knight.
Nice. Wow. From the description, I wouldn't have guessed that particular story. I was about to make a joke about the Space Knight committing genocide and hunting the last survivors to extinction.
No.
But I like, yeah.
Yeah, and to well enough, and I think this is where Red was going with. A lot of the time, he loses.
Yeah. A lot.
You know,
Yeah.
he's fine. He's killing Dairas, but not always all of them.
Winning
And
the
a lot of
war.
times
Doesn't stop them
he
completely.
gets
Yeah.
it too late, and it's really, really good story. Yeah,
But I like the idea of a proper horror story with shapeshifters in a small town and someone misunderstood. I think that's like, for example, the big draw of what's this thing called?
aliens.
Lanterns, the TV show.
Okay.
Like it's a small town story, hints of cosmic universe, but like on small town scale. So we are dealing with those kinds of interpersonal relationship. Then very horror, very mystery. We can start off like with not even knowing what's going on and like
As,
build
as
up
long
the
as long
story.
as your
Yeah.
as long as your interpersonal story does not bring love to save the day.
No, it's a horror story. You don't need love to save
Yeah.
the day.
Okay.
I mean,
We can
Yeah.
buy it.
something like Rom should play like when Blade came out.
Yeah.
Blade was just a
Yes.
vampire story. End of.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
No,
Like that. Yeah.
the fact that was part of Marvel back then was not even known. You know, so this should play like. And one of those diaries, when I was young, they were the most horrific aliens in my mind. And the fact, the way they change, this slurping of brains, I can imagine that being done on a movie. I think that if this is done well, it will rival the face huggers from Aliens in terms of, becoming very iconic very quickly. If it's done well.
Okay. Wow. So this is going to be a very proper horror story.
Yeah. To be honest.
Not PG-13.
Yeah, no PG-13.
Not PG-13,
And to be honest,
yeah.
I would want somebody like, I was going to say James Cameron. But I think James Cameron is in this era of where he's just doing these
It's too
visual
bombastic for
spectacle. I'm trying to think who did the first Alien movie?
Maybe Tarantino can do it.
No.
Oh, yeah, but Tarantino is also a bit bombastic.
It's bombastic. Like I want a horror director.
He's a comic
Raimi?
book. He's a comic book head. Too.
Raimi can do it.
Yeah,
Raimi can do it.
Have
His
you guys
background.
seen Weapons?
I haven't.
Not yet. The one where the
Yeah.
kids disappeared or something like that. I've not seen it. I
Yeah,
just saw the
like from the trailer, that kind of atmosphere
Okay.
is what I'm looking for. Then Flanagan, the guy behind Mass, and other all of the House of Usher, he knows how to get that atmosphere really right for horror.
Yeah, this yeah, Rob's a good choice. You know,
Yeah.
Rom the
So,
Space
Rom.
Knight. And just
Nice.
one little background to that. This is one of those weird creations that, if I started as a toy first,
Yeah.
and then was licensed to Marvel, and they started writing the comics, and then it became a Marvel property. It's back then it was like one of my favorite comics. To read, and it was pretty dark. Yeah, great choice, Red. I'm quite impressed with that.
Okay. Do you have any comic book run that you'd want to recommend for it, or just go and read the entire book?
Yeah, I think the best run would be the first few issues, where basically where Rom comes to Earth, because
okay.
you get the backstory later.
Yeah.
So all you know is this guy, and he's clad in silver, and he's got this weapon, and he just lands in, and the setting they always chose were these like backwoods, small, like. So it was never in a city. It was never in a big city setting. No, it was always like, what's that phrase Duke always, like when he's just saying true detective type settings, some redneck background,
redneck backwater.
yeah, backwaters. Yeah,
Okay.
Dire Race. Oh, and by the way, the Dire Race, even though they travelled, they were also very mystical in nature. So they were not even purely. They were not a sci-fi based society. They were into dark magic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Okay. I'm excited for this. Like, wow. That's a really good pick, Red.
Yeah.
I would 100% want to watch this kind of movie.
Yeah. I think Red's put me to shame now. I want to scratch my list.
I think what I have on my list. I think I have something you have. I'm sure.
Okay, that one.
Right. Okay. So this is gonna be pathetic now because already. So my first two. Well, my first one is gonna be Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
I told you, right? I knew
Yeah.
I was going to
So that it's my favorite DC super team. It's set in the future, and it's basically a bunch of teenagers who have superpowers, and they're from different planets, and they back in this future there's a United Planet. Oh yeah, I don't say United Nations, United Planets, where just as we have United Nations now, they have what you call United Planets, and the Legion of Superheroes generally is made of teenagers from those planets, so from different planets, and they have their abilities, maybe due to the fact that they're from that planet, or maybe some of them are actually had an accident and they have superheroes, and they band together. It's like almost like putting together a teenage movie with a superhero movie with a high school, almost like a high school element, and you then also have different cultures clashing all in one. It's, as a young person, I really love this team. One, because of the sci-fi effect, because it's obviously it's set in the future. There's a lot of sci-fi aspects to it. this comic, I always say this, predicted the internet before the internet was even a thing. I mean, I'm talking about a comic from back in the 60s, 70s, and they had, when you read it now, is what they had was exactly the way the internet is now. With ChatGPT, with Google. I think it was. Do you remember it called
interactive
Encyclopedia
AI?
Galactica or something like that? It used to be called. So I would see this as a family-oriented movie personally if I was going to do it, and I'm trying to think what's the closest film I would compare this to.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sorry?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, well,
No.
no, because that had a more adultish tone in terms of like the jokes was more adulty. I wouldn't have gone. I can't think of the close. Okay, so actually, I think it would be closer in closer in tone to FF. Really, no, I think it would be closer to FF. Like, there's going to be an element of family made. Unlike FF, where they're actual family, this is where you find they come together. They're not family initially when they start as a team, but they grow. They overcome the differences and become a family that they choose themselves. Yeah, it's great, and there's a lot of characters in it that we've never seen in any of the live action movies. In canon, Superboy is a member. I would not have him. In it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have him. I wouldn't have any of the heroes. I would just keep it purely to the United Planets. If they want to do, if let's say this does take off, and by episode 3, the third sequel, they could bring in, because Superboy should time travel to the future to join.
Okay.
Which makes a question I didn't even ask for the Space Knights. Do you prefer a series, limited series, or movie?
It could work as a series. Because he has
For LSH.
enough material to hunt them.
Well, are we talking LSH? Are we talking?
No, I mean ROM.
For
I'm talking ROM.
both.
Okay. For me, I would say ROM should be a movie.
Movie, okay.
First movie, and if you want more, if it does well, you can have another one. I think a series will dilute it, because you almost have to have a happy ending.
You want to start repeating a lot of things. Yeah. Then they'll give you just one super wraith.
I mean, if you do a limited series, you don't have to end it. I mean, you don't have to have a happy ending.
Yeah, I guess, but
like 6 episodes, 1 hour.
Maybe I'm biased because I cannot think of any, and I'm sure people are going to jump on my head now. Any almost god tier horror series that lasts longer than there's only one that I can think of. And
there's been a couple.
Okay.
That's why Flanagan is so popular. The Mask, the one where he was a vampire priest.
Yeah, but all of those. Yeah, but I'm saying, would you call them iconic?
For horror, it is iconic.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want
Midnight
something that's
Mass.
for horror. This is my problem. I want something that's just. It's like Aliens.
Yeah.
No, not Aliens. Sorry, let me say Alien. Let me be very accurate. Alien,
the first one, thriller.
was a movie. Was horror. Was really horror. More horror than sci-fi. But it's iconic.
When it started, I remember that.
It's fully iconic. That's the level of iconic I meant. Sorry, that can it become that level?
Okay, fair enough.
For LSH as well, I definitely want to do. I will not do a series.
You want to do a B?
LSH should be a movie.
Yeah, because it will be too cheap. If you do a series, they will do it cheaply, and it will never. Yeah,
so this is the kind of movie you want Cameron or Spielberg on.
So he will suit LSH way more
because you want this family dynamic.
Yes. People come together, and he will have ample avenue to do his gangster visuals.
Yeah.
So I was gonna come. Let me quickly interrupt. So with that was LSH.
Yeah.
It's kind of like not entirely stolen my thunder, but there was a character in there that I want.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you know who it is. The Dr. Mike Monel
I was
Lagarde.
gonna say now.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a character. Yeah. Okay. Red, you know what this character, but will it not be problematic?
Yeah, but I was thinking more, there was an arc where he was sick and Saturn Girl put him in put him in some limbo. And Phantom Zone, where he will come out
Yep.
and work with them, then have to go back because there was no cure. but he's too close to Superman.
Yes.
So I don't. Yes, that's where I was struggling. Someone I would like to see, but
Yeah, so
I'm not sure there's anything new they could do with him.
So for people who don't know who Monel is, well, in DC Comics, he's a Daxamite.
Yeah.
But technically, these Daxamites are just like Kryptonians. When they come to a planet where there's a yellow sun, they also get similar powers to Superman. And Monel almost dresses with a cape and everything. He's very Superman-like. But you're right, the storyline. So he suffers from lead poisoning. Is it lead poisoning?
It was poison.
Yeah. So lead is what kills him. Lead is his kryptonite, and lead is everywhere in on Earth. So he has to be put in this fantasy to save him from dying until they can find a cure for this ailment. But I could see him coming in like a sequel or a sequel, and probably help bring in Superboy as well. Monel. He's a very popular character actually.
Yes, it is.
In the comics, yeah. Okay. So we've had Rom the Space Knight, a horror movie set in a small town.
Yep.
We've had the big galactic empire with LSH, with someone like Steven Spielberg or James Cameron directing to their full bombast. Yeah. For mine, I think I'll also go the route with Animal Man by Jeff Lemire. That particular arc where he's dealing with his daughter getting the powers, and that relationship with the family of like, okay, my daughter is getting my powers, we are being haunted, my powers is not working the way I'm supposed to be expected, and then being on the run is something I would like to see.
That's not a bad shot at all.
Yeah.
So are you seeing this as a father-daughter in danger type? What tone are you going for?
Oh,
what?
Jeff is got emotional, mental,
Jeff horror.
Right. But body horror? Is there a bit of body horror involved in it?
There's a lot of body horror in it.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's not transforming it's not transforming well
properly.
And now he's wondering if his daughter is going to go through the same issue. His daughter is specifically being haunted.
Right.
And the family is running about, so it's like 4 of them: his son, his daughter, his wife, and all the family superhero shows we get are usually about the good side of it. It's a good thing, they're happy, but this goes the other way around where, okay, is this power really a cost? What's the cost of being a powerful hero in this time? Yeah.
That's a really good. I like that. That's a really good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of mystical elements to it. Like, there was a part where in the beginning where you find her playing with dead bones because she's connected to the avatar of the
I would never say mystical. I would say the film should have a lot of in Avatar, you know how there's a connection to the planet itself.
The planet, yeah.
So the red. So in this, their power is connected to Earth itself. It's almost a part of protecting Earth. So there's a lot of I think ecological, discussion to be had in that kind of movie as well. Where the red is trying to protect the planet, so these guys are meant, I guess, on a mystical level, to be protectors of the Earth. Whereas I'm guessing those chasing them are trying to take advantage of them. I would love it also if they show that the daughter technically is more powerful than the dad.
Oh, she's way more powerful than the dad.
Yeah. I would like them to see.
And it's going to annoy the woke crowd a lot, but it's part of the story.
Yeah.
Because our powers she's an innocent little girl.
Yep.
But she's playing with necromancy, like it's child's play. Yeah, she's raising animals half from the dead with like broken skin, very horrific looking these things. She's turning a man's hand to a chicken hand. And you're like, okay, what's going on here? But yeah. So Animal Man, that'll be one of my picks for me. Okay, do we have any other stories you want to pick out?
I have one.
Go on.
I don't know. So this time I want to represent for the Valiant Vandals. Exo Man of War. And I know haters have called him Iron Man light.
Straight.
But But no. But hear me out. There's a backstory and the relationship with, what was it, Shanhara? I can't remember. Shanhara.
Yeah.
And how they rejected Shanhara at some point, and because he was dying, and I think there might be something there.
Okay, before we go further, Exo-Man of War is a valiant character.
Yep.
He's an ancient, a warrior from ancient times.
Is Visigoth
from
Visigoth,
Roman
yeah.
Empire times.
From Roman Empire
exactly.
times.
Yes.
So I think he was fighting against the Romans in that particular time period, and then alien. What's this thing called?
Yeah, abduction, basically.
Yeah, he's basically abducted by aliens. Yeah. He lives a long time on those planets until he leads a revolution on there, and gets the armor of Exo-Man of War.
You see, that can be explored, because that time off world, and how he eventually won the armor. I think there's a story there. Then coming.
So that's the story you want to.
Yes.
Not his return to Earth.
No, because his return to Earth, he came 2,000, 3,000 years later, and everything was changed.
Yeah.
It don't really fit in. So, I think I want that off-world story.
Okay.
So you're basically doing gladiator. It was slavery, right? Because they were slaves.
Yeah.
And it led the revolution. Yeah.
They took quite a few humans, and they were using them as slaves. Yeah.
I think I would like to explore that. Yeah.
So that's basically gladiator in space, like the old slavery arc, where not the same, but like you're taking a warrior from this world to another place, and he's being slaves to other humans and how they relate.
Yeah.
And you could bring you could end it with his return.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout at all.
But for me, I think I prefer his return. I like the story of him in space, but the idea of him coming back to Earth, realizing nothing is as it is, and then him trying to remake the world in his own image, and the responsibility of that power.
Yeah.
Like, he basically claims a small state, and says, "This is
my."
True.
I actually forgot that part.
Yep.
Yeah,
territory.
I actually forgot that bit.
Forgot that. Like, he said, "Oh, this is my territory. Everybody here."
He actually went back to where his village was.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. And then him dealing with all the other heroes and what their other distance with his own mentality. It would be very interesting to see how the politics there.
And he was reluctant to join them, because it's still like, I'm not a part of that world. I don't know what you guys are doing. Just take this land.
He even still held on to ancient enemies in his mind. So you figure, you are Romans, So and his values obviously are from a long time, a long gone era.
Yeah. And there are two ways to play it, because I know that the woke crowd will see this vision of masculinity and holding to old moral codes, and they would love it, while the other side will say, "Oh, this is problematic. This is a problematic character," and all of that.
I suppose either way, and sometimes you have to lean into what you're doing, and lean into it. Now and then you can let the crowd decide. Oh, okay, this character. So some people say, this is harking back to when man was a man.
The man's man.
Yeah, and then you can have the other crowd saying, "Oh, actually, things have changed for the better." People, there's argument to add for both ways, but as long as you're not, well, to be honest, it depends on who's making the film. You can make the film itself make a judgment call, or you can let the film not make a judgment call and leave it to the audience. But it's a character, and this is what the character is doing. And you can have on the other side people putting the argument that, oh God, what are you doing? We don't behave this way anymore now.
Yeah.
And some people still saying, no, actually that's how we should be behaving, and let it play out.
Yeah. I would want someone that can actually make that movie without making a call in the movie.
Yes.
Because some of these stories, they always try to couch it in their own political message that, oh, this is wrong, don't do this is bad.
Yeah.
And there are others that will go, this is the way to go. This guy has been 100% right. But like a movie that will allow him to be a character, like you said, this is the character, this is what he's saying, this is what he stands for.
Stick to the source.
Yeah. It's funny. This reminds me of, I was watching some Gen Z guys, no, sorry, not
Yeah.
guys, girls, reacting. Guess what they're reacting to?
What?
Conan the Barbarian.
Ooh.
And
With Schwarzenegger.
obviously, we've seen this film. God
There
knows.
was a party carried, and I'm sure that
Yeah.
part was problematic.
Oh, there's a lot of when I start watching it through these guys, you can see there's a lot of things that in a movie this day and age seem problematic.
It's not gonna fly.
Especially when
Yeah.
they were cheering that, oh yeah, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna kill that man, we're gonna rape that woman, and have a hoo-ha. And then you see those girls, like they were cheering, and when they added that line, they were, oh no.
They can't handle that part.
And there's many scenes in Conan the Barbarian, like that, because obviously it was of the era.
He's a barbarian. It's in the name.
And that's the funniest thing. The girls watching it are Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And after a while, one of them said, "Actually, you know what? Why are we even? He is a barbarian. That this is the era.
That's the culture.
Before you know it, they were into it, and they were cheering along. That's why his many exorcists and
because he's a plunderer. Like that's what they do. They ravage, they plunder, and they move on.
Yeah.
There's one scene where he's praying to Crom.
Yeah.
Crom being the god that Conan.
Yeah.
But Crom is a god that, I mean,
He curses
exactly.
Crom more than he
point.
praises.
Exactly. So he was cursing his own god, and these guys were getting what? You can't say that to you.
It's always like once things don't go like he curses Crom and he'll dare Crom like.
So I can see
come to me.
Exo Man of War.
Yeah.
If people have the cojones to do it properly,
Yeah.
do it properly. Make him that kind of person. You know.
That kind of monster.
Yeah.
And that's why make him after
a relic.
You've done he's a relic, exactly. Yeah. Like after you've gotten people to fall in love with him in space.
Yes.
Where people understand, what's this thing called? It's his time. This is what's this thing called? This is what he's doing. Like it makes sense to root for him because he's fighting a greater evil.
Yes.
He's fighting slavery.
Exactly.
So his excesses are forgiven.
And then he brings all of that.
And comes to Earth.
And then also, sorry.
Oh, wait.
now we have an issue with your methods.
Yeah.
3,000 years later, was it not more or something? Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be a great choice. Exo Man of War. Yeah. Any other?
I know I made a joke about Iron Man in the beginning, but you could easily make it totally different from Iron Man. Depending.
I mean, it barely controls the suit.
The suit chooses him.
Yeah.
In a way, and the suit is sentient, if I remember correctly.
Yep, it is. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah.
And the longer it stays away from it, the frailer it becomes.
Yeah.
That's a great shout.
That's a good pick. Yeah. Yeah. Because wow, I would really want to see that movie. Yeah, but I think at the end of it, they sent him from the planet because he has won already, and they're like, you know what, come and be going. Go back to your.
You've done enough. So, Red, you were saying something just now?
No, I think I'm gonna have to reread it.
Yeah, especially that very first arc.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
No, not before.
I'm a sucker for what's it called? Fish out of water type.
Out of water.
When it's done well, by the way. Yeah.
And the art was glorious. So it's also very, I could imagine it. Another thing that drove that choice.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Okay.
Anything else?
So I have
a whole list of things here now, but
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, but now I'm being discouraged by these great choices you guys are picking.
Let's talk about all that.
So what I'll do is I'll just shout the names, and then you guys think yay or nay. So the next one is linked to the MCU very, very deeply. Better reveal. So we've not seen him in live action. There's been a nod to him in Ragnarok. Was it Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Was it Love and Thunder? Was it Ragnarok?
No, it's Ragnarok. He was. There was a statue of him on one of the buildings in Scar.
Okay.
So
no, is that Ragnarok? Yes, go on.
Is that Ragnarok? I would say if you allow Taika direct it.
No.
You're mad.
So you see, that's my problem.
You're mad.
He's he's needed, I think. But with the current output,
No. And to be honest,
I don't want him to touch
the
it or
arc,
damage it.
his best storyline, to me, it was his first storyline.
Intro when it came in.
Which necessitates Thor losing to him and him being the Thor in Asgard for a period.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that will work in the
Man, they had so many Thor stories they could do and they came up with that nonsense. Christ. But let's continue.
I mean,
So just for audience's sake that don't know who Better Real Bill is,
yeah. So
can you give it?
Yeah. So Better
It's the horse Thor, the donkey Thor, whatever you want.
So Better Real Bill is an alien to start off with.
Yeah.
He was from a planet that the planet was dying. I can't remember why they were dying, and they needed. So he was chosen to save some like some part of his population, and they built this big spaceship called the Scuttlebug, and he was in charge. But to make him survive the long journey, they changed his body. So he was also partly cybernetic materials, and then he was on that ship for ages. And then he crash lands on Earth, and Thor goes to. And by the way, I say it's alien. He basically looks like his face looks like a horse, like like an alien version of a horse. This is what this character looks like. He crash lands on Earth. Thor goes to investigate. Him and Thor get into a fight, and basically he wins. And he picks up the hammer, and he becomes worthy, and he inherits all the powers that come with that. And Odin actually embraces him, and he's taken to Asgard, and he's there in Asgard. And he's got a long story. He actually started dating Sif at one point. But the bottom line was he's a very noble character. He's like proper noble, focused on the mission, always trying to do good. He's a great character. I don't know if he fits the MCU as the MCU stands now.
No.
It's the biggest issue. Because you literally, if you want him in there, you literally almost have to retire Thor for a long time to give him, because I think he beats Thor not just once but twice. Because he beats him in that ship, and then when they go to Asgard, Thor tries to, win back his position as Thor of Asgard, and I think he loses again in front of all the Asgardians. It's quite, and I remember when this comic came out, I'm a big Thor boy fan, and that first 2 issues I was fuming, but the rest was so good, and this was by the great Walter Simonson. To me, this was the what called the best Thor arc. Not even just Better Rebel. This was the best Thor arc story, bar none, in my view. And he started writing this in. I actually remember issue 337 of Thor. Is when Walter Simonson started, and his by the 3rd issue, Thor's no longer Thor. Better Rebel was Thor. And the issues it caused, but the story was great, and he was on that for ages. But I don't think he fits the MCU, so that's why in a way.
No, I don't think the tone and the.
I would have to see him, but I would say no.
Okay, what's next?
Nova. What do you think?
I kind of thought about Nova.
Nay.
So that's a nay.
What are they going to do with him?
That's a nay for me. Yeah.
So for everybody listening.
Which one of them? Which of the
Novas? Richard Rider, the first one.
Richard Rider.
Yeah, I mean just for background.
Because you have to make that clear, because we have Richard Rider fanboys.
For you listeners out there, just to you've probably heard of the Nova Corps, who were in the first Guardian of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah.
This character is related to that. He's Nova. It's called Nova Prime, I think he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's super powered. He has powers. Like the ones we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy were basically the cops, but in the comics, there are layers to this, and at the top layer, there are people who share power. And at one point, all that power was in one person, and that's the Nova I'm talking about. Richard Rider, great character. I've heard noise that he's been introduced very soon. There's been a lot of talk about him, But Tunde, you said no.
Nah, like I don't find him interesting, honestly.
Okay.
And everything that makes
You never did?
I never did. Everything that makes that arc interesting, you can have that without Nova himself. So
Okay.
that's just my hit on Nova.
Well, he's still missing, right? I mean,
Yeah,
or is it dead?
he's
Red,
still missing.
what's your thoughts on this?
Um, so there are two things. You have great characters, and you have, or knowing what we have in the current, what the terrain is right now, I wouldn't touch. I'll rather they leave him alone.
Okay. So let me just say something now. You know the MCU introducing. Oh God, what they called now? What's that team that fought the Annihilation Wave? They're talking about that storyline, and they're gonna bring it.
They could have damaged it.
What's the name of the team again? I can't remember their name.
I keep on wanting to say Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's not Guardians of the Galaxy. But I can't remember what they were called. But,
Okay, so what's the issue with them?
So the issue is that at the moment there's been rumors that that's the next, because of the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has ended.
Yeah.
You remember where it ended at? So the talk is
Yeah.
that the next space-based movies for
With that team.
it's going to be it's going to be based on that team, and they've
Okay.
mentioned, people be talking about it's going to involve Nova. They're going to bring in Quasar. There's talk. They talk about
Okay.
the Imperial Guard, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, even me that's saying it's go, I'm not. I'm
You're
okay,
not a big fan.
but it's not like I'm not a creative fanboy on that.
Okay.
Next one I'm gonna say, and this is cheat because I just remember now she has been in live action. I literally just remembered 2 minutes ago that she has been in live action. Cassandra Cain.
Oh, we've seen her. Yes.
I'll give you.
Yeah, but technically
I'm
she
not
was in that film called Birds of Prey, The Last Clinical of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, but no, with the canonical Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
The one that was
The
trained
one that
by.
we know by yes.
Yeah.
Now the next one,
Like, what would be your angle on that?
right? You know what? The funny thing is, one, in my angle on this, I would not even reference the Batman link initially at all. I just want to see the daughter of Shiva and what's his name? Richard. Is it Richard Dragon? No, I'm getting this wrong. Anyway, both her parents are world-renowned assassins, the best martial artists in the world. And when I say that, these are not nice people. And they have a daughter, and the daughter's trained at a very early age in such a brutal manner that it's not really a nice upbringing, but she becomes, arguably more dangerous than both her parents. But it's so traumatic, her upbringing, that she barely speaks. But her language is a language of violence. Her language, she reads body language like to the nth degree, because that's how she fights, and predictions of how you're gonna move. Great. I would say this. I want to say as a martial art movie, but not a cheesy one. I would almost like with elements of trauma emphasized, and then her breaking free from the trauma to kind of almost living her whole life, and then towards the end, I would then link it to the Bat Family.
So wait, when you say martial arts movie, you mean a tournament?
No.
What
Well,
exactly?
it could be that they're probably obviously I've not thought out the whole full story here.
Yeah.
It could be that the overall arc is they want to enter into this tournament to win it, but I want to focus on her upbringing and the toxic parents that she has, and
Okay.
to me it's more of her breaking free from the parental influence and then try to make her own way and making her own friends, in a world that is not very friendly. So I'm not, I thought too deeply about this, but I just remember when I was reading the original comic about this woman, this girl and her prayers, that, I would love to see a story about her, and I just like the character.
Okay, that's nice. That's a
I
good one.
I've never cared for that character.
Oh, you never cared for her? Oh, okay, that's interesting. What about you? You've never cared for her as well, today?
No, I like her. There's ways you can make a mute character interesting, and it's going to be different. Like I would rather have not even talk at all throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to be honest, I
Yeah.
think she fits into the new DCU. They could have a separate standalone movie that literally is just standalone, and maybe in the last 2 minutes, she comes to Gotham or she's found by Wayne or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Right. So my next pick is for the Asheros in the house. Big Bada.
Just do Mr. Miracle.
No!
Like why call Big Bada?
Big Bada.
I would have expected Tunde to call. Kirk
I was
to
going to
call
call
this.
Mr. Miracle as one of my picks, but like
Why
Bada.
why would you call somebody that is just going to be we're going to be hating on because he's dealing with her? I want Big Bada open to everybody.
Because they work together well as a unit.
No, I'm just messing. They do.
Because like what separate storyline do you want to do for Big Bada without Mr. Miracle in it?
To be honest, this is one character that I picked purely on the look and looks and the attitude of the character. I have no idea what story to pick. I just think she would be a great character if done accurately to what she is in the comic.
Yeah. Would you mind? Because for Mr. Miracle, I was going to pick the Tom King story.
No, so that I don't want that story. No. Don't want that story. Well enough. If I was going to pick a story, but it does actually that story doesn't work. I would have picked the story she's currently, not currently, about a year ago was in when she the Birds of Prey.
So you want a Birds of Prey movie?
Yeah. Well, now that I'm talking about it,
you already got one. We're talking about people we've not seen before.
Yeah.
Okay. So Big Bada, I went for Mr. Miracle because
you went for Mr. Okay, that's on your list.
I'm going for Mr. That's on my list. Mr. Miracle is on my list. Why Mr. Miracle is on my list? That particular arc by Tom King, I think I would really enjoy that. It's a couple dynamic where you don't even know if the world they are inhabiting is real or not, or whether it's a world that has been taken over by the anti-life equation already. And that is one of my best representations of Darkseid, and a way to separate him from the Thanos lookalike, where Darkseid is not, and the anti-life equation is not about the person you are punching, but how it affects everyday life, how the world changes around you because of that. So
To be honest, you've already put me off when you start putting Darkseid.
No, what Apocalypse? Like you have the trauma of these two people dealing with the PTSD of that trauma. You are dealing with someone with
I don't mind if that's a background story.
Yeah,
but not. I don't want Darkseid to be the focus of the enemy.
No, it's in the book. Darkseid is not the focus. That's why I like Darkseid in that book, because Darkseid is never the focus. It's just there in the background, and by the end of the day, when he's given a choice to leave the world that is Darkseid controlled, or stay in the world with his family, he chooses to stay.
Okay.
Because that's where he's happy right now with everything. Despite it's not being the world he expects, and then the juxtaposition where he's on Earth with brother, they are doing family things, they are dealing with their trauma together, and there's the other arc where he's fighting on Apocalypse, fighting a major war against the forces of Darkseid, and I'm like, that back and
for
forth.
me, the casting of this character will be key.
That is what you're interested in.
Let's
for the story.
Open.
All this story does not matter to that con.
He has someone in mind. That's why.
No, I have no one in mind. But
sure.
what I don't want no photo trickery. I want somebody who's
Somebody who looks like China.
a
You know
woman
China, the
who's
former
at
wrestler.
least minimum 6'5". Built
You know
like a
China,
shit
the
brick
late wrestler,
house.
right?
Sorry?
Yeah, that's
China,
what
the
that
late
girl
wrestler.
wants.
Yeah, but China was a bit squattish. She was short, right? She wasn't that. Well, how tall was China
No,
actually?
was she?
She wasn't 6+. She was tall. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then her face, because you know China, she took a lot of her face was almost manly.
Yeah, true.
The person who looked at one point, I think Gina Carano kind of had the body shape for a while of what I
But not
respect.
tall.
But she's not tall. Yeah, again, she's not tall. But I'm sure there must be some tall women like 6'2", 6'3", you know, with the kind of dimensions of a big body. And for people listening, the closest character you guys would think of that is close to her big body is like, I guess She-Hulk would be.
Yeah, She-Hulk is the closest.
In terms of shape and size. But she's not. She's just built. She's just tall, powerful, strong, and she's hot-headed. She's very quick to violence, and she's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, so big
You wanted
brother.
to say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Red, do you have any other characters?
No. Guys,
No.
I had three.
I mean-
Rom.
I'm surprised you
Monel
didn't mention
and,
your favorite character, Red.
Who?
Lazarus now.
Oh, I thought about that, but I'm not sure. That's not going to be a movie. That has to be a series.
That's true, actually. So yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, that has to be a series for it to be well done. Yeah.
Nah, except an HBO TV show, I would rather just give me a movie one and done.
For Lazarus,
But you
For
can't.
Lazarus, yeah.
you can't.
I'll pick the arc. I'll pick the arc I want.
No, but you need the
And I'll end it
backstory. How do you end up with the whole?
So yeah, expect that. I'm not saying that can work. If I'm being honest today.
You're just going to bring
the very
Hawk
nature of
and
that
everybody
story.
showing how that they're already powerful and rich.
Yeah.
Without showing no, it's not going to work, man.
Yeah, like I'll use for example, I'll use this thing, when they all come together, all the families come together, that particular arc. I'll use that to give a little bit of exposition of
No,
how it came to
there's
be.
so much backstory,
It's
so much
almost, to me,
previousness,
it's almost like
betrayal.
saying you want Foundation to be a movie.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
You can.
You'd almost. I mean, you. Oh, sorry, yeah, I agree. There's nothing you can't
You're
do.
gonna
But
gut
you're
it
almost
and
stripping,
just
you're stripping everything
yeah,
good
stripping
about it
it
out
of its essence.
to make it work.
So, I think the books itself are very slow in terms of developing plot points that visually you can do this quicker. So if I'm doing Lazarus,
Quicker doesn't mean better though.
no, it doesn't mean better, but I can tell a story in Lazarus as a movie that starts with her being a good soldier and ends with her questioning what is going on.
Okay, do you know what Lazarus reminds me of? I say it now actually. It's just clicked, and I'm sure you said this before. To me, this is Game of Thrones set in the future.
It is Game of Thrones.
Pretty much.
A good, yeah. Obviously, we're not talking about
Better done.
stupid
Yes.
seasons. I don't know, 8 or 7. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, and you want to luxuriate in it. You want to do it like how Game of Thrones started. That's how it should be.
A movie is just gonna give you. You're just gonna focus
Highlights,
on
it's
forever.
highlights.
Yeah, highlights. No, it's not gonna work. I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. But that's a comic everybody should be reading. Lazarus by Greg Rucka.
Very good.
The
comic,
final arc is ongoing now, with two issues in. So it's a good time to jump on the entire story arc. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right, Red. Maybe they should wait till it's finished and then read it. Because guys, we guys who read the issues one by one, we had a very painful, almost like Game of Thrones. We had
we're 7 years in.
Issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think they've written this final arc already, so it's coming out on the regular schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's why.
For new readers, they can. Well, I guess by the time they read the original arcs, hopefully this one, the last arc, will be finished, and they can just strip it. Yeah, great comic.
Well, yeah, good comic all around. Lazarus.
Yeah.
I'm always down for that. Is there anybody else that you've not mentioned or you want to mention?
I've got a list, but I'm bored now. I've got Power Pack, Firestorm, Imperial Guard, and Sir
Oh, well,
Jonas.
we've had
You've
Firestorm
had
on TV
Firestorm
though.
in Arrow.
Oh God.
The Arrow, yeah, you had Firestorm,
Flash,
that
the
old
Flash,
guy,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Flash.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
See, that's so bad. I've written from my memory.
Okay, so I think if you're these are the characters that we want to have movies. Rom the Space Knight, I'm 100% down for that. A horror movie hunting shapeshifters. It just writes itself. Yeah. LSH. Oh, that one.
No, I was gonna say, for me, out of everything we've mentioned, I think the two best ones, I think, are both from Red, which is Rom, Space Knight, and Exo Man of War.
Exo Man of War.
I think they're great choices.
Yeah,
So
they should.
What was your first choice?
Animal Man.
Oh, sorry, yeah, and that.
That was good
Very
too.
good. So,
Animal Man, I
think
like
those
Animal
are
Man.
great
Yeah.
choices. Between those three,
Yeah.
I think they're great choices. So you directors out there who are listening to this podcast, because I know Quentin Tarantino, you all are listening to this and watching us.
Yeah.
When you
We don't want to call
movie-
names, but we've heard your comments, James Gunn,
Yeah.
Kevin Feige. You know you've taken advice once or twice in the past.
where you planning this movie, I need to see our names in the credits, please.
So yeah, these movies, I would 100% pay money to watch it. Like I would carry my family to go and watch that kind of movie in cinemas. Rom the Space Knight, proper horror movie. Let everybody be scared. Lazarus, Game of Thrones like setting world in the future. I mean, and the present age will actually eat it because people are very anti-capitalist now.
Yep.
And so casting capitalists as the proper villains that people see them now, it's like
It's the oligarchs. It's what you have right now. The power is in the hands of the billionaires.
Oh yeah. So
It's oligarchs.
Lazarus, right?
Lazarus.
Oh yeah. Oh, totally. It's totally.
Yeah, like nobody would say, "Oh, this is unbelievable." People would be like, "Oh wow, this is the." People would be like, "Oh wow, this is the future." Even more so now than when it was being written.
Even not be funny when you look at all this. So in there's categories of human beings: the waste,
the serfs, the waste.
So you can almost see even now. God forbid, I see myself as a serf.
You know, we always said it that it's even though it's dystopian, it's believable. It's not like Mad Max, where like, there has to be a nuclear holocaust for that to happen.
That's what happened.
This
is 10 years. This is 10 years in the future, 5 years in the future. If the AI revolution takes over, like you want it.
To be honest, I think the book is exactly fine. It's set in the future, but what that book is saying is, listen, guys, if you remove the illusion of democracy, illusion of what you're doing.
That's what you have.
What you're living right now.
Absolutely.
This is what you're living right now. You guys are just slaves.
You get a good job, they promote you, they have access to healthcare and everything. Just get some more privileges.
So that is Lazarus, and excellent story, excellent critique. Give it to some good people; they will do it well. And what else did we mention?
Forget I said Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, Legion of Superheroes. Yeah,
I will watch that.
We'll definitely watch that. I like that. Yeah, especially when they deal with Darkseid as well. But that's the future. I know that God doesn't like that story, but that's what I want.
Your obsession with Darkseid, it's unbelievable.
Oh, see, Darkseid is probably my favorite villain, and I'm not talking about the punch up. I'm not talking about that version of Darkseid where is a guy you punch to beat, which is the most common version of Darkseid. I'm talking of Darkseid when he's being evil, like it just represents evil, and like in the initial, was it the Identity Crisis or Final Crisis, where it's not about him, but he has the anti-life equation already, and we see how that plays out in heroes' lives. But that version of Darkseid, I love.
And if they're going to do that, then they should add where his father broke away from the source wall, Yuga Khan, and he shot himself, and his Omega beams didn't work.
So, fair enough. To me, that'd be a good New God story.
Oh, with Yuga Khan breaking free?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just a New God story. And in a weird way, then we get Bada, we get Mr. Miracle.
You and today are the same. Why are you different from him? He dialed it back to the dark side. You dialed it back to
Bada.
Bada. Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, these are the and guys will advise you to check out the books if you're interested in any of these characters and join us in petitioning these movie directors to make these stories. Yeah.
This will surely revive the genre. Forget Superman. Forget
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All these stories are so different from what we have been getting
Totally.
and completely brilliant storylines.
Right, guys, what we'll talk about next week?
Next week is going to be Peacemaker.
So
Season 2.
so it drops midweek, right? If I'm correct.
Yes.
Oh, is it midweek or Friday?
Yeah. So I think what day did you say it drops?
22nd.
22nd, isn't it?
22nd. Okay. But it's only one issue, only one episode, right? So we'll be doing it on a week by week basis, reviewing.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. Okay. That's something to look forward to. Back to some live action, and I'm pretty sure Gen 3 is not far behind.
No, it's not. So we'll probably
A week
do them
after,
side
right?
by side.
Okay. Excellent stuff, guys. Anything else you want to talk about?
No. Let us know what characters we missed that you would want to see made a full movie of. We'd like to hear your choices as well.
Yep. Right, guys. Time to say your goodbyes.
Yeah. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Right.
See you guys next week.
Thanks again for listening. Please, click the link, subscribe, do all the good things, and we will see you.
Rate, like, subscribe.
Thank you very much, Daddy, and we'll see.
Naija nerds. Naija nerds.